stop being a bitch.
What's up, lemon heads? It's your boy Fungus. It's your boy XG La Voz, Xavi over there, and it's season 9, episode 10 of the Evening Juice with Lemon City Live. If you're watching us on our Facebook page, on the 5 Reasons YouTube page, or on our Twitter, or wherever you get your podcasts, and then we'll restream it tomorrow on our LinkedIn, on our Twitch, and on our YouTube page. So there we go. We're everywhere, baby. X, how you doing, bro? How you doing, Xavi?
Good. We're getting some good news. Getting some good news today.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. It's crazy being a Miami fan right now, man. And that's exactly what we want to talk about, man. We're gonna talk Inter Miami, and then we're gonna get into the whole scope of Miami sports, right? Because everything is on fire right now. So we're gonna rank them. It's gonna be a ranking show. Edwin would love to do this kind of show, and it sucks that he couldn't be here today. Edwin, we love you. We hope you're watching. This is exactly the type of show he would like to do, but unfortunately it's just you and me today, baby. So we're about to do a top 5 Miami sports teams. We're gonna rank the 5 big sports teams in our market, and yeah, man, let's get right to it. First,
let's do it. Sounds good.
Yeah, man. First, we want to talk a little bit of Inter Miami, because news dropped this week and today especially, right?
Fresh. Confirmed, because we've been talking about this for days, weeks, months, for a long time. It was always been rumored and thought that Tata Martino would be the man. Yeah. And today it was confirmed, right? Mm-hmm. Rumors are premature facts sometimes. Well, this one was a fact. Most people said, and this is the guy. This is the guy that fits perfectly here, because he has a connection with Joseph. He has a connection with the biggest player in the planet, with Messi. So and he's a proven winner in this league, and he's proven to be a good coach. Has the experience, so it was a great hire, and I'm very excited.
And he also has, if I'm not mistaken, coaching experience with Pizarro, right, from the Mexican national team
in Mexico. Yeah, you're right. I forgot. Pizarro has been a little bit of an afterthought so far this season.
Not even sure if he'll stay long enough to, right? I mean, is he gonna finish the season with the team or no?
Man, there's a couple of possibilities. One of them was start to be a buyout, so DP. But there's also other possibilities because of the injuries that the team has. They can replace these players with similar salary players, so they might not have to get rid of Pizarro. And Pizarro, man, he's a talented player. It's just it doesn't come together. Maybe Tata can help him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Pizarro, he's talented. Maybe he just didn't fit the style that they were running here in Miami. So maybe with Tata coming on, maybe he'll do something different that will more cater to Pizarro's style, and it'll allow him to contribute along with obviously Messi. And since the last time we did show, we also confirmed that Busquets is joining Inter Miami.
Absolutely,
right? We didn't mention that. So yeah, man, it's a big time. We still got some more holes to fill, because we lost a player this week in Negri.
Yeah, Franco Negri went down. Another knee injury. I mean, this is the curse. The curse of Miami. Apparently, all these guys going down with serious injuries. I mean, not even like short-term injuries. It's very serious injuries, and to key players, which is you can't do anything about that. The team's been trying and putting the young kids to play, and it hasn't worked. Growing pains.
Where did he get injured?
Left knee, ACL.
No, like where was he at home? Away?
No. In the last game. The last game.
Was it a home game or
against Philadelphia? Apparently,
at Philadelphia.
Yeah. Apparently, like a kick, a shot from Carranza, he got nailed, and but I think he was already a little bit tweaked there, and it just got worse.
Damn. So let's talk the big news, man. Tata Martino set to be the next coach of Inter Miami, right? Do you know if he's gonna start immediately? Is he gonna wait a few weeks?
On the announcement, they put that they're waiting for his, to get his visa, his papers. But I'm sure he's already. I mean, he was already in the facilities. I'm sure he's already talked to the guys. I'm sure he's mentioned, what to expect from him. I'm sure all these conversations are being had or have been had already. So that's already starting to work. So officially, it'll probably be a couple of more days, but I'm sure right under the radar, he's already telling the guys, this is what's going to happen, and this is the direction. I'm sure he's approaching his big guys. I'm sure he's already talking to Joseph. He's talking to Campana. He's talking to the rest of the guys there, and to everyone, of course. But particularly the big guys, because those are the guys that I've said have underperformed and are the guys that need to carry this team, and they haven't. Especially a guy like Joseph, 4 goals. 4 goals is not enough at this point in the season.
Yeah,
that's just like an average guy.
Yeah. So with Martino coming in, how do you expect him to switch it up? Like, what kind of style do you expect him to play?
They play, in Atlanta. It was like a free flowing style, right?
Yeah.
But we have to. I don't think he's had in the MLS the caliber of player like Messi. So when you have Messi, you have to form a special design around him.
Of course,
right?
Yeah,
because
they're obviously going to cater to him.
He's not going to be running up and down the field like everybody else. So they're going to have to put like a certain bubble protection around him. Then you're going to have Busquets in the back, who, we're talking previously, it's not the fastest guy, but he's still a top player. He's one of the top 5s in the history of the game. But he's a little bit past, he's a little bit older, but he's still playing at high level. They just won, with Spain Cup. Yeah. So he's still at top of his game. He's very capable player. And I've mentioned before, what he lacks in speed, he makes more than makes up in mental. He knows where to be even before the other team player knows where to go. So, and with the quality with the ball, it's fantastic. So I just can't wait. And we're just talking about these 2 guys. There's a few more names rumored. Everybody mentions Jordi Alba, but I've heard, and it's a little surprising, which is Luis Suarez. Based on his situation in Gremio, he's doing really well over there. They wouldn't want to let him go. Yeah. And he's also been said that he's having issues with his knees. Yeah. So that would be an issue, coming in, bringing a guy, and then he can't play. We already have a forward who has issues with his knees. But the difference is this guy Suarez is scoring like an animal over there in Brazil. Yeah. So there's a difference. They both have knee issues, but one of them is still performing at a very high level. The other one's it's just mediocre right now.
Yeah, I guess Suarez here in MLS, they could probably do some load management. You know what I mean? If Absolutely. He is having knee troubles, you don't need. I'm sure he could score a goal in less than 90 minutes. He probably doesn't need to be playing the whole game. So he'll do his damage, and then maybe take him out of the game.
Yeah, and they have they have good forwards. What's Miami's been lacking, in defense of the forwards is someone to give them clear options to score. So we have to say that they haven't had that person. Like Miami doesn't have a Thiago Almada. Miami doesn't have a Facundo. Miami doesn't have Costa. Miami doesn't have a guy like that can make a play for himself, but also give the ball at a clean opportunity for the forwards. So they haven't really had that up to this point until Messi gets here. Yeah. Until Messi gets here. So there could be a difference. But the thing is, Messi will be scheduled maybe 12 games of the regular season. Right? So it'll be...
Yeah, they're going to have to go on a 12-game run to make the playoffs.
They can, maybe a little less, but they're going to have to be very, very good. And it's a short amount of time. Can they do it? We're going to see. I'm hopeful that they can.
Great. So, you mentioned it's, Suarez is rumored. Jordi Alba is rumored. Jordi Alba, man, I think that would be even bigger than Suarez, just because of the Suarez injuries at this point. Exactly. Just because Suarez is dealing with that injury, he's a little older. But Jordi Alba in that European Nations League was probably Spain's best player. Well,
Negri just went down, and that would be the perfect replacement. Because exactly. I was really, thinking, okay, if he comes in, Negri and him, they're very similar players. Obviously, Jordi Alba is the much better player, but you already have a very good player, MLS player, and Negri. You had him before his injury. So I thought, okay, why put a double that up when you can maybe get somebody on the opposite end where we need a little more help? But that situation is null and void now. If Alba comes in, he would fit perfectly, and fill a big void right now because Negri is leaving a void attacking wise because defensively he wasn't so great.
Yeah,
he was getting a little bit better, but he left a lot to be desired in his first season defensively.
But Negri going down just gave Alba a little bit more leverage in the negotiations.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely,
yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
He's got a lot of offers from like everybody else, in Saudi Arabia right now. So that's one of the reasons that's been held up because he might take the money. He might take the money because obviously Messi's here. No one at all. No one at all. I would not blame him at all.
There we go, man. So that being said, if we get all these guys, will it be a disappointment if they do not make the playoffs?
I'll be disappointed if they're not in the hunt the last one games. If they're not in the hunt, like a final game that they need a result to get in, I'll be disappointed because what I was saying previously is what these guys are going to do immediately is make the season meaningful and interesting. I'm going to be entertained again. I'm going to be watching an Inter Miami game again and be entertained because the last few games, this whole season. I was going to say the last 7. This whole season has not been entertaining. It's been frustrating and disappointing. But now I'm going to see 2 of the greatest players, and I'm going to be entertained. I want the result. And I know they're going to. I know they're going to improve because you can only improve when you get greatness on your side. You can only improve.
Yeah.
So they are going to get better. We got to see how much better the guys around them are going to perform because there's a lift. When these guys come onto the pitch, there's a lift, and things can happen.
Oh, for sure.
But I'll only be disappointed if they're not in the fight for it.
Okay.
If they're not in the fight, if they don't make it, they've dug themselves an extreme hole, and if anybody can do it, Messi can.
All right, now let's say they don't make it, but they only need to win 2 more games to be US Open Cup champions. Am I correct?
Yes.
So what if they win US Open Cup but they don't make the playoffs? Is it still a disappointment?
At least they'll have a trophy where they can those annoying people from Orlando can't have that over us anymore. they won't have that over us anymore. We'll say, look, shut up. We got one too. We got one too. So be quiet. And we have Messi and Busquets and you don't. So then they won't have anything over us anymore. The cup is target. They have a legit chance, and now they're, I'm not gonna say favorites, but now they're very they're gonna be well armed they're gonna have the weapons to compete for it. So that would be great, at least to have the trophy there in the case, and another one for Messi.
I'm kicking myself for not putting money on Inter Miami before they signed Messi to win the US Open Cup. Because you would have got, like, money-wise, you would have gotten more favorable odds, like, to get back more money before they signed Messi. Now, obviously, the odds improved for Inter Miami to win, so you'll get less winnings. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, man,
I got you.
Oh, kicking myself.
Well, you had the inside information that the man was coming. I mean, we've been harping on it for I think the last 2 years.
See, I don't have the degenerate gambler mind yet. You know what I mean?
I don't at all because I try to stay away from that. I don't even play fantasy to not to get into any of that stuff.
There you go. All right, man. So now what would it mean how scared should other teams be if Miami does make the playoffs?
Extremely scared because you have a team that was down and out, that has nothing to lose. I mean, nobody counted them, and then now they have this huge momentum. One, you get 2 great players. Once again, you cannot understate what greatness means. You're getting 2 great players coming in, and then you're going to have this momentum, this buildup, and what timing is everything in sports. I mean, if you're going in ascending, that's awesome because you can be in first place, the supporter shield, blah blah blah. You get in, you're out.
Yeah,
they got you out.
It's one and done once you get into the playoffs.
So if you're going in hot at the right, well, they always say that, right? Hot at the right time. If you're going in hot at the right time, and you got the goal, well, you better be scared. You better be scared. If you got the goal, and if Joseph can give us anything, if Campapi can wake up and be the player that he needs to be,
Yeah.
Because he got left out of the previous World Cup. His ass needs to be on fire and showing Ecuador and everybody over there saying, "Hey, I'm the man. I'm scoring." He needs to do that. He's not doing that. If we get a couple of the other guys, the defense to step up, the defense to shut some people down now, that Miami's a dangerous team. Remember, Gregory could be back in September, more or less. So obviously, we're not expecting him to be the lifesaver. He'll have a lot of time off.
Yeah.
But it's another another boost of motivation. Another it gets the team hyped. You're gonna have the guy back. This guy, he's a big deal on that team.
And none of these guys, none of these new players are set to take a position that Gregory plays, correct?
Not really. I mean, Gregory would be the ideal person. Oh, it's raining like cats and dogs around my house.
Over here too.
Gregory would be the ideal person next to Busquets. Why? Because Gregory is the bug. Choo, 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 choo. He's all over the field. He's feisty. He's a dog. He's a dog. And he covers so much ground and covers people's backs. And so now Busquets can be a little more free and get the ball and touch around with Messi, and then once you're on the pitch with guys that move the ball, it spreads and other people start to get that feel and like, okay. And then now it's easier and there's more confidence. So Gregory with Busquets would be fantastic. Oof. I don't know if it's going to be because he has to come back in shape. He's working out. He's a tough guy. He's been working out for a while. Okay. He maintains. So I'm sure he'll come in excellent shape, but there's not the same as playing shape.
Yeah.
So hopefully, he'll be able to work in a few games before the playoffs.
You said what? You said September?
More or less.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Maybe they'll be able to get him a couple of minutes here and there, like late August. Hopefully.
I'm sure there's a plan.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a plan.
For sure. Great. So I asked you before the show. Miami, South Florida in general, is an incredibly hot sports market right now, right? Obviously, Inter Miami with the whole friggin' half of Barcelona coming to play for Inter Miami and
how do Real Madrid Inter Miami fans feel about all
this? I mean, like I'm a Barcelona guy, right? If you would have told me that Cristiano Ronaldo was coming to Inter Miami, I would have been
hyped.
Of course, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win."
Yeah,
of course. I mean, come on.
Same deal. I'm a Real Madrid. Like I follow Real Madrid, and that since I was a kid, since the old days, Hugo Sanchez and all that stuff. Yeah. I follow the team, and I'm so hyped because I've always respected and loved Messi. I mean, if you don't love football, you don't love soccer, you don't love the sport. It's like when the Bulls had Michael Jordan. The Bulls were kicking everybody's ass. Even if you're a Washington Wizards fan, you love to see Jordan. You love to see him in your building. So Messi's the guy. Messi's the guy. Busquets. I love. I play a little soccer, very little, and I play there like 5. That's my position. And I see that guy. I'm like, wow, man, this is amazing. And now you're gonna have him right here. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
What's crazy is Messi, the best at his position of all time. You can say the same thing about Busquets, the best at his position of all time.
You're getting greatness. It's vintage greatness, right? They're like fine wine. They're a little older, man, but they taste better. Messi just won the World Cup about 6-7 months ago, being the best player for Argentina, being to me the best player in the tournament, also, right? Yeah. Leading that team.
He won best player in the tournament.
So you're still getting top notch, and he played a couple of friendlies. In Argentina, and he just scores a hat trick like nothing.
Yes,
he's just chilling hat trick, man. Oh man, if he has a goal a game for us here, I'd be happy.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
He's capable of a lot more, but I'm just hoping for a goal a game, an assist or a goal a game. I'm just hoping for that.
A contribution.
Absolutely.
Of course. What more could you ask for, man?
A goal.
First of all, Inter Miami has trouble scoring 1 goal a game. So if Messi is contributing, not even scoring, just contributing a goal a game, that means that we're scoring at least 1 goal a game.
Yeah, the team needs to score.
Exactly. Which, how many games would we have at least tied? At least tied if we were winning, if we were scoring 1 goal a game.
Dude, I off the top of my head, I can tell you like 5 or 6.
There you go.
So that's 5 or 6 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, just an assist. That we just need and he's good for that. So I know he's good for either it's going to be an assist or it's going to be a goal. But Miami's gonna get on the board. This is the projection. The Xavier knows not so scientific projection for when he comes to this team. So it looks good. I mean, it's positive anywhere you look at it. And Busquets, it's just gonna lead that back line. He's just gonna lead that back line and have everybody positioned, and he's going to have everybody set, and he's going to get that ball clean and take it out clean and look up, and who's going to get it? The GOAT.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
So like I was saying, Miami or South Florida is super hot right now, right? Inter Miami with these guys. The Miami Heat just played in an NBA Finals. The Florida Panthers just played in a Stanley Cup Finals.
After how many years?
Since '96. The Miami Marlins are second place in their division, and Arraez is batting over 400, so they're super entertaining as well. Which and amazing that the Marlins are doing as well as they are, and the Dolphins, bro. The Dolphins that came off a playoff run. They obviously didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but they're playing their best football that we've seen in years. Right?
Are you not entertained? Are you South Florida? Are you Miami not entertained?
Yeah.
Are you Miami haters not entertained? Because now you have more to hate on. You have more to hate on.
Literally every professional team in Miami is kicking ass.
And the amateur teams too. You mentioned the last time we had the show, the Hurricanes basketball, men, women, FAU, and the Hurricanes football. Their recruiting and what's been happening recently has been on point, trending upwards. Now, who's hated more than the U in this country? I don't know.
Oh no, they're the most hated team in the country.
I don't know. And all these teams are going up, so that let the hate come up, because you're gonna have a lot of reasons to hate. Miami's coming up. Coming up.
Maybe the Cowboys are hated more than them, but that's about it. That's because it's so easy to hate on the Cowboys.
But they're called America's team.
Yeah. But anyways, let's stick to these 5 teams: Dolphins, Heat, Inter Miami, Marlins, Panthers. Okay, in your personal list, how do you rank these teams personally for you? How do you rank them in order of importance?
I'm a very loyal person. And I've been following the Miami Dolphins since 1979.
There you go.
So it's very hard for me to not place them on top. Okay. Now we're sticking to loyalty.
Yeah.
Miami Heat, 1988. I think I was in middle school. I don't remember what grade right now. And one of my friends' mom was like a fan or on the support or the fans from Miami Heat. In the Miami Arena, we're in one of those what are those called? Time capsules. Somewhere in the arena. So my picture's in there when I was like 12 or 13. I don't know.
That's awesome.
So Miami Heat, number 2. And why? Because they've brought the most joy recently, right? They've made me feel like a champ.
Yeah.
They made me feel like a champ. They let me know what it feels like. Miami Marlins were the first to let me know what it was like. And I had a friend, Renteria. He was a friend of the family, and like our restaurant, he would go back before he became big time. Yeah. So the Marlins. So far we have Dolphins, Heat, Marlins. Oh, sorry. I put the Marlins over Inter Miami. No, my loyalty is Inter Miami because of I'm
so
writer.
Inter Miami's your number 3
right now. Yes, especially because I love football. It's a sport that I practice, and now we have the GOAT, so it's very interesting. But the Marlins have that history with me, so they're pretty close. But I'll put Inter, then the Marlins, and then the Panthers. I remember the first run with Van Briesbroek and the Rats. I remember that. I'm old, and they're great, but they're at the bottom. They're at the bottom, but they're not at the bottom as far as entertainment, because they're very entertaining. But personally, that's my order, man. You got to go with the Dolphins, and I believe in Tua. I think Tua is gonna step it up. The Heat, I think they're gonna do some big things this offseason. This is the year they've been waiting for the last 3 or 4 years with the cap restrictions and the money and the draft picks. And I actually like the draft pick that they had this season. I actually like the kid. I think it was a good pickup.
The Mexican kid?
I think it was a good pickup. I don't know if he's going to be here because it looks like they're going to be movements and stuff. But I wish Tyler Hero wasn't always in all the trade rumors because I think he has. I think he has a lot of potential.
He's good. Like he's a really good player. Any team would love to have a player like Tyler Hero, but for the Heat, he hasn't been consistent because he always gets injured at the wrong time. So
this is his fourth year.
Yeah, I think
NBA players, you got to give them. Unfortunately, like the guys that are developing, kind of like Bam, you give them the 6th, 7th year is when they seem to be blowing up for some reason. I don't know why.
We always saw Bam's potential. He had his runs where he was amazing, and then he had his low moments where he was kind of cold. But this year, especially in the playoffs and in the finals,
he took a step.
Man,
he took a step. You have to give him that respect. I'm one of the first ones that always criticized that he lacked that dog. And he took a step this postseason, and hopefully he'll take another step. And I've always thought it was a confidence thing, and I think now that he saw that he can do it, he's hungry for more because he can do more. He can definitely do more. He can be a better shooter. He can be more aggressive. Obviously, he can do more.
So, bro, if he were to develop that Udonis Haslam shot from the top of the key, remember that classic Udonis Haslam shot that he would always make?
Just pop.
If Bam were to develop that shot, man, he would be unstoppable.
Yeah, he's closer to the foul line, and the free throw line. That's more or less his comfort zone.
Yeah, but man, that would be great for his development.
What's your order? What's your order for the season?
So for me, it's tough because obviously I love all these teams, but for me, I got to put the Miami Heat at number 1. And it honestly doesn't have anything to do with the fact that they've won recently, or that they've been the most recent winner. It's just
you love basketball.
Yeah, I love basketball. Since I was a little kid, I've always loved the Miami Heat. They came into existence when I was really young, when I was like right before elementary school.
So you're saying I'm older than you is what you're trying to say?
Yes. I mean that's very apparent. But I also grew up with Dan Marino, so he was drafted the same year I was born. So my whole childhood I had Dan Marino up until my adulthood, pretty much. So it was tough choosing between those two. You know what I mean?
The wonder years. You lived the wonder years.
Of course. So I saw the Heat grow from a kind of shitty startup team to what they are now.
Kind of what Inter Miami is, right? Kind of what Inter Miami is, a shitty startup team.
Exactly. So this, right? I guess getting messy right now. This whole thing is like when we got Zoe and Tim Hardaway.
That is a great point by you right there, man. That's a great point by you. So we got Zoe and we got Timmy. So it's Lionel, and Sergio. Wow, that's a good point right there, man. I'm gonna make a note of that.
Do it.
I might use that in one of my writings.
And you always compare Henderson to Riley, so
baby godfather, godfather.
Man. Yeah, man. So I gotta put Heat number 1 because I remember being a little kid and just loving that old Heat team, even though they were bad. Like Ronnie Cycli,
a lot of characters. Yeah, I like Cycli. I like Cycli. There was a lot of characters. Rory Sparrow,
Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice was my original favorite Heat player.
The first kind of guy that like took it to another level. Kevin, you remember Kevin Edwards?
I don't remember Kevin Edwards. No.
He was
I don't remember him. I remember Baby Jordan, though, Harold Miner, even though he never did anything. There was just so much hype around that guy.
What was Dwayne Washington? Was it the Pearl? What was it? The point guard, little chubby point guard. Was it Washington? The Pearl Washington? I don't remember, but it was a long time. A lot of characters on that team.
I remember I had a Miami Heat magazines. Like
you still got them?
I don't know what happened to them. But I used to have them. I have a bunch of them. I don't know. Maybe somewhere along the line when we were moving to a different house, I lost them. Who knows? But yeah, man, that's how and that's how into the Heat I was. I had Miami Heat magazine, But I got to put them in number 1. Dolphins at number 2, and then now here's where it gets tricky because the Marlins, they've given me 2 World Series. You know, they've given me 2 World Series titles that I've celebrated with pots and pans. You know, that was the first title that I had as a fan was the Marlins, right? Because they did it before the Heat did it back in '97. So great memories. So I would have to put the Marlins at number 3, just because of the memories. Yeah, just because of the memories. Now, soccer is my favorite sport. So it's tough putting Inter Miami at number 4, especially since now, I mean, Messi still hasn't played a game yet. Ask me in a month once I see him in a uniform.
It could change.
Exactly. It could change. Ask me at the end of the season if they're holding up a trophy or not.
You're right about that.
You know what I mean? But soccer is my favorite, is my number 1 sport. But in Miami, they just haven't been here long enough. I love the team, obviously. Like I'm if you look,
you're in the back. You're in enemy territory. I wouldn't. Your life is at risk right now.
I know.
Your life is at risk right now.
It's okay. It's okay. I cover objectively.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's it called? What was I saying? You got Miami 4th. I got him 4th. I got Inter Miami 4th in the list, just because I like soccer more than hockey. Essentially, Panthers they almost did it back in the day also, but they didn't get it done. So,
and they haven't. They haven't
gotten it done. Even though I covered the Panthers for 3 seasons, and that is my favorite sport to cover. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't know if you've ever been to a hockey game in person, but
I have, but I haven't. Okay. As a reporter like you guys, I have to go check it out. Although we got 2 great kids out there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a lot of fun to cover. But yeah, Inter Miami number 4, Panthers number 5. I feel like most people in South Florida would probably put Panthers at number 5, just because it's South Florida. It's in hockey. You know what I mean? I can't imagine a lot of people have even played hockey.
Yeah, and then the ones that have moved down from hockey playing states, even the ones from Canada, they go for their
home teams. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. So there you go. That's now let's talk about who deserves to be 1 through 5.
Who
deserves it? Now I gave you my my reason why the Heat are number 1. But who deserves to be number 1?
I think that he deserves to be number 1 because they have the most championships. Money talks, and as far as money, we're going to talk trophies, right? So they have the most trophies.
Yeah.
Who comes after that? The Dolphins and the Marlins. They're pretty tied. They're tied, but the Dolphins has been a long time ago. So I would put the Marlins because they made me feel something more recently, right? It's been a while. But they made me feel something more recently, and then you have the Dolphins who are the elder statesmen, the first ones, the daddies of everybody else here.
Yeah, and then I would put the Dolphins over the Marlins in deservedness because both teams could have relocated, and it was speculated at different times that they would leave. That they would go to a different market. Marlins didn't do it because they kind of screwed over the taxpayers with that stadium. So they got a sweet deal. So they ended up staying. Dolphins, on the other hand, put up their own money. They did get like tax breaks or something like that isn't favorable to the community. Okay. But they still, community money didn't go into building or revamping that stadium recently. That was personal.
They're the deepest rooted in the community. There's no doubt about that. They're the deepest rooted in the community. And I used to have my there's some side effects of it. That's my go-to team.
Yeah.
The first I moved to the United States in 1979. The first team that I ever saw was the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I mean, that's all you had.
and then I grew then I grew up, and then some soccer too. But I grew up with the Dan Marino 13 and trying to jump around and holding the ball like this and trying to be Dan Marino on the streets when we used to play. Back when kids used to play street football, that you play and then the car comes, you move out.
Yep.
We still used to do that before.
Yeah, man.
None of the kids do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore. Nope.
They don't know what they're missing.
Yeah. So yeah, for that reason, I'll put Dolphins over the Marlins.
I can accept that.
Okay. Also, the Marlins consistently were trying to not win games. It feels like like they would have a good season and then they get rid of all the players.
That's one of the reasons I dropped them so badly, because they broke my heart, and I swore I would never root for them again. And I can't. I'm one of those like I said, I'm a loyal I'm a homer. I'm a homer. And the Marlins, I remember the first pitch. I remember being hyped, for the first game.
Oh, me too.
It brings me some memories with my dad who passed away.
Oh.
So I have a connection with the Marlins. And I love them and I hate them.
No, I feel you, man. I feel you. Because they have given us great memories, but also, man, where every time we have a good team, they sell all the players. Even if they don't, end up making the playoffs, but when you can see that they're building a great team, or that the players are building up and becoming great players, they sell them off before they give them a chance. They better not do that again.
Derek Jeter's gone and the team's winning. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but let me tell you, when they gave Miguel Cabrera away.
Yes.
When they gave Miguel Cabrera away, I was devastated.
Mm-hmm.
Why was I devastated? Because I remember watching the World Series that day. For some reason, I was alone in the house. I don't know where everybody else was. I'm watching him going head to head with Roger Clemens, with the legend, with the bad boy Roger Clemens, with the grown man, and him, a 20-year-old, just turned 20 kid, and him shoof to his head, trying to intimidate him, and that kid just knocked it out. And I'm there by myself, and I'm watching this on TV, and I said this to myself. I still remember. I'm like, this kid's gonna be great. Yeah. Because I said, you have to be a badass. You have to be there's greatness for you to be in a situation like that in that moment against that guy, and just step up and say, okay, here you go. Boop. It's like, wow, this guy's different. This guy's different.
No, he was incredible. He should have been one of those guys that when you think about his career after he's done, you think of him as a Marlin.
For life.
You know what I mean?
Never let that guy go. They should have never let that guy go.
No. But instead, now when people think about him, they're going to think of him
Detroit Lions and the Tigers. I was going to say Lions. Tigers. Yeah. Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders. No. And that sucks. That sucks. He should have been Miami. He should have been here in Doral, jodiendo. He should have been here in Weston, hanging out with me. He should have been here. Should have been here.
Should have, man. But, that's history, man. And that's why the Marlins are at number 3. That's why they're at number 3.
He's gone. Yeah.
Yep. And, all right. So now we got Panthers and Inter Miami. So I think deservedly, the Panthers should be at number 4. Just because they've been here the longest, and they've had good seasons, especially recently.
They're entertaining.
Yeah. Inter Miami, unfortunately, has, they're just bad.
Pretty mediocre.
Bad.
Pretty mediocre.
Exactly. If it wasn't for, them pulling off this Messi signing and Busquets and hopefully Jordi Alba Suarez.
You mean Mourning and Hardaway?
Yeah. If it wasn't for Inter Miami pulling that off, they would be like a dumpster fire, man. That's the only reason we're not calling them a dumpster fire, because we see what they're gonna.
People are still calling them a dumpster fire. Some people still don't believe that there's a chance for them to make the playoffs. I think there's a chance.
I mean, bro, who was the worst team in the 90s? The Clippers. If Michael Jordan would have gone to the Clippers in the 90s, they would have been a playoff team. Not they're gonna make. Maybe they won't win the NBA. Maybe they won't win a championship, but they would have made the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's what Messi does, bro. So these people saying that there's no chance Inter Miami's gonna make the playoffs, get the fuck out of here. There's a big chance.
Haters, hate.
Of course, yeah.
I like your list, and I respect your reasons for it.
Cool. Do you agree with the deserved rankings, or do you have a different?
I agree that that's good for you.
No, tell me if you think I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
No. I just have different criteria in it, and so I put Inter a little bit higher because I think there's the roots extend a little bit further. I think there's more of a fan base, even though they're a younger team. You know, the Panthers, I think, is very specific to. They have some hardcore people that are always there.
Yep,
always there. And then now you had all the bandwagon people that came in because they were winning, right?
Of course.
But Inter Miami has an extended fan base, and they suck. And I hate to use that word, and I don't want to be disrespectful. So, they've been mediocre. I don't like to say, pro athletes suck or anything because it takes a lot just to get there. So you're really good.
Of course.
But they haven't been what was expected, what was told, what was sold to the fan base. Hey, Miami Vice, Croc in the Tub, the beautiful scene, and all. This was what we were expecting from Inter Miami. Get the stars right away, come in. They tried, right? They tried Matuidi, Higuain. They tried, and then they screwed up with what that was part. That part was Miami. The screwing up, was Miami. So, yeah, I think Inter Miami is.
I do agree with you that even though the team is really bad, they still have a huge fan base. And
it's gonna grow. And it's growing, and you see it now.
No, that's
right?
it. It's going to be sold out every game.
What was it? 900,000 was what they had on Instagram, and then they were like a 7 million at some point. I don't even
think they were 900,000. I think they were less than that.
Well, the point,
but they were less than a million.
They were less than a million, and then they're over 7, and they're higher. They're like in the world, they're like the top 4 or 5 already.
That's crazy, man.
And that's the Messi effect.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And it's funny. PSG lost like half their followers.
Like 2 million right off the bat. When
that's crazy, man. How do you?
They lost me. They lost me. I followed PSG when Messi went.
Yeah.
The goal is gone.
Damn. Messi's my favorite player.
I don't care.
Messi's my favorite player ever. I didn't even follow PSG. Really? I did get a Messi PSG jersey though.
No, number 30.
Yeah. I had to get it, bro. I had to get it. It was the Jordan PSG jersey. So Jordan on one side, Messi on the other. That's it, bro. Come on.
No, you got it.
I had 2 goals on one jersey.
That's it. Yeah. What more can a guy ask for?
I had to get it. Oh, man. So there you go, Lemonheads. You got our list. 4 and 5 are interchangeable depending on the criteria. But 1 through 3, man, pretty solid. Heat, Dolphins, Marlins.
They should drop their list. Text it up and see what the people say.
We should. Yeah, man. We'll do our rankings on social media to see how we did. All right, man. Any parting comments?
Tata is here.
Tata's here, bro.
Messi's coming. Busquets is coming.
We need a nickname for Tata.
That is his nickname, Tata.
No, bro. We need a better nickname. We need a Miami nickname.
Oh, okay. I like that. Put that also next to the ranking. A Miami nickname. What else can I say? Suarez is the word on the street. Oof. Weird, because it doesn't seem, but that's what I've been hearing. Let's see what happens. Jordy, you're more than welcome to join the club. We need you now more than ever. And let's go. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go.
If we do get Jordy, I'm guaranteeing a playoff run.
Damn, guarantee.
Yeah. I mean, we already got Messi and Busquets, but if we get Jordy, I'm guaranteeing a playoff run.
You're that high on the man.
Bro, Jordy, he's still like
very productive.
Super, incredible. Like what for me? He could. It's between us and it's between Inter Miami and AC Milan, right?
There's word that in Saudi Arabia they're offering.
In Saudi Arabia. Yeah. But if he's still getting interest from top European clubs, it's not like he's getting, interest.
No, he's still viable. No, he's still viable.
From Mallorca or something.
He's very relevant. He's still very relevant.
Inter Miami. Player. Yeah, Inter Miami is a top club in one of the top 5 leagues.
Absolutely.
So that's he's still that kind of caliber of player. You know what I mean? So to get somebody like that, who he was arguably the best player for Spain in this Nations League tournament that just finished. So to get a player like that.
No, that'd be fantastic. I'm just going to tell you two quick things that I saw on social media. One in regards to the tickets for the 21st, July 21st, Messi's the season ticket holders, got an opportunity. Yeah, they got an opportunity today to get purchase tickets, and it looks like it was a pretty hot mess as far as some people not receiving emails, some people the passwords not working, some sort of glitches, things like that. And then people complaining that the batch that was available right after they purchased some shitty seats, a better batch was put on available, and they already had purchased. So I don't. That's what I saw on social media. And the other thing, and it's been a recurring theme with Inter Miami from some of the fans, is they put out a video with Tata, a great video. Was all in Spanish. I understand it perfectly. I think it's great insight, and what he's saying is fantastic. And everyone should be able to understand and hear it. And the English-speaking community is saying, hey, put subtitles. And then some of the guys from the Black Herons United, my honorary fan club, I hang out with those guys. They're cool people. A shout out to the guys. They're saying, hey, there's a large Creole community, the Haitian-speaking community. I remember when Copa Latina, when Haiti would make the finals, the whole stadium was packed. And it was just Haitians all over the place. The whole stadium, dancing, music, everything. It was always a blast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a huge community, right? So I don't know. I'm not a tech-savvy guy. I don't know if there's an app that can be linked where they translate what they're saying. I don't know, but something, at least subtitles. I can agree with that. I mean, if the guy's coming in Spanish, if you have enough to put that production out, then you should put it in English at least. Then we'll see how we can work in the Creole and see how, because obviously you can't put every single language out there. Yeah. But you have to reach the community, and I think those are the 3 biggest right now. That follow the team. So
everywhere
should be.
Everywhere you go in Miami, that's at least like official government buildings or whatever, you'll have things in English, Spanish, and Creole.
There you go. I mean? There you go. So that'd be something great for the team to work into and reach out. And the Herons, that hasn't been the only thing they've brought up. There's some other stuff, but that's for another chapter.
That's for another show.
Yeah.
Dale. All right, man. Alex, thanks for joining me again.
USA playing right now, St. Kitts. Watch it. Let's go watch it. Check it out. Check it out. Let's see if Yedlin can do something for us. And then when he comes back, help us on that playoff run, Captain.
Yes. He needs to play better.
They all need to step up. The goal's coming. The goal's coming. Give him your best. Give him your best. If not, get out.
If not, you won't make our top 5 next time.
No. Dale, brothers, was real.
Dale, Alex. Thank you, Lemonheads, for joining. If you missed it, you go ahead and listen wherever you get your podcast tomorrow. We're also going to restream on LinkedIn, on our YouTube page, Lemon City Live, and on our Twitch page at Lemon City Live. All right, Lemonheads, we will see you